Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at some of my Pokemon that I do have in my collection here. First of all, we're going to go over the Pokemon that I did purchase a third move for. So as you can see at the top, we have 242. I could put in legendary, and oh nope, we have to put in and legendary. So a total of 9 of those. So that's basically a million Stardust for secondary moves for my legendaries right off the bat. That's pretty crazy there. I've spent a ton of Stardust recently, guys. So I do have a secondary move on all 3 of these Venusaur, 1 for each league. All shiny as well. This one here, this one's going to be Ultra. And then the Great League, the infamous, well, I wouldn't even say infamous, the famous green. Pretty amazing. It's even in the Pokemon trailer, or little kind of rundown of the whole Pokemon event that we went to. It was in there getting wiped out by Sky Attack, but it put in work for me. And then we have the Charizard. I don't think we're going to go over every single one. It's going to take too long. Actually, this is my take 2. I did make a 40-minute video going over all my Pokemon with the face cam, but I feel like I started dragging it on way too long, and then I don't know how much you guys want to watch that. So anyways, we have a Charizard here with secondary move. Another one here in the Great League with secondary move, Blast Burn. And then another one in the Great League. This is actually going to be a 100% IV. Because, oh, well, nope, to take that back. It's not 100%, but it's close. It's close. This one here is fantastic. I caught that one in the wild. Just, so good on Community Day. 2 Blastoise, underrated Pokemon. Fantastic with Hydro Cannon. 2 Beedrills, one of which is actually going to be a Legacy. That shiny Pidgeot. Fantastic. I mean, for the Great League, it's okay. It's not going to be the best around, but I just purchased secondary move because I made a video about it. And then we have the couple of Raichus here, and some of those Nidokings. Then moving down here, we have quite a bit of the Ninetales, 1 completely maxed out, 2 of them in the Great League. And you're like, why do you have 2 1500s with secondary moves? Well, one's better than the other regarding the PvP IVs. So I just went for it. Wigglytuff, I have 2 of those as well with a secondary move because one is shiny, one is not. Need I say more? All right. Then we have the 3 Persians, secondary move, and then, well, 4 technically, the Alolan version. Should purchase a secondary move on completely maxed out one too. The Arcanine, not too sure why I did that, but oh well, okay, it's there. 2 Poliwraths, 1 Legacy, 1 not. Gleamer, which is a Legacy. Unfortunately, it's not going to be Psychic. It is going to be Dazzling Gleam on that one. Bellsprout, 100% IV, completely maxed out. Let's go, the little guy who triggers people. All right. And then the Machamps, of course, a couple there with secondary moves. Tentacruels. It's actually pretty neat. Unfortunately, I was not able to find myself a Tentacool shiny. I was at the grind doing it pretty hard, but still was not able to find one of those. The Graveler shiny, I purchased secondary move because I think it has actually good PvP IVs. Oh yeah, oh yeah, looking good. Maxed out Slowbro, Slowpoke. Slowbro with a secondary move there. So what was this for? What was the point of this? It was Rainbow Cup, I do believe, and it wasn't bad, actually. So hopefully in the future, there's going to be a cup in which you're going to have to use Pokemon that have evolutions, but have not evolved. I don't know if they're going to do that. That's going to be an expensive cup. But hey, I'm ready. Bellsprout, Slowpoke, let's go. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I have other ones. This is probably going to be one of the rarest Pokemon that I do have. I did tweet this out earlier. It's going to be a double Legacy Ice Shard and Icy Wind. And a 100% IV. What? That's insane. So holding on to that, glad I kept that. In the long run, I kept it because it was a 100. But, you know, we had no idea about Legacies back in the day. So we've transferred tons of them, right? Including the Hypnos. The Hypnos, Man, I went through so many of those, yet I did not have one. I got this one through a trade. So, Shadow Ball. I also have a Psyshock Hypno, which is also going to be Legacy. I haven't really done anything with it. I haven't purchased a secondary move. That's why it's not on here. My Exeggutor with Confusion Legacy. Secondary move came from my brother, Dagger. Some of you may have him on your friends list. Hitmonchan. Now, you know, I love to use this back in the day. Rock Smash, Brick Break, double Legacy. It's not 100 though, but it is still pretty rare. Is it super useful? Nope, unfortunately not. The counter is going to be much better. And Power Up Punch is going to be more ideal than Brick Break. Although Brick Break isn't horrible. Isn't horrible, all right? Kingish Khan with Power Up Punch, Crunch, and Mud Slap there. That's a Legacy, by the way. That is a Legacy. So it was like a couple points past 1500, so I just went with it and maxed it out, or bring it up to the Ultra League. Moving down here, we have these, all these other ones. Lapras is not a cheap one. Not a cheap one. Now, I did TM away the Legacy Ice Beam on this that came from the raid, seeing that we have a ton of them from that raid day, so there's really no point in actually, you know, keeping it. And I need this moveset specifically for the Timeless Cup. So, yeah, it's a really good one there. And then we have Dragonite, of course, and all these other juicy Pokemon. Mewtwo armor is in there too. Wait a minute, is this by number? Oh, I was like, I thought I had another Mewtwo with a secondary move. There it is. For alligators, why? Why did I do that? I guess it's only 10,000. Okay, Great League, and I just did this one. Hydro Pump. Well, okay. All of my Crobats have a secondary move apparently, and I think this one's 100. Yo, hey, hello there. So that's a pretty cool one. 2 lanterns. One was ideal, one was not, and I just powered up the other one. Let me see how much better. Oh yeah, that's really nice compared to this one. As you can see, higher attack, so that's why I purchased those secondary moves on. I have doubles here. This one did come from Scarlet Witch, so she gave me this as a gift going to DC. And then I have this one here, Hydro Pump and Ice Beam. I actually ended up using that one. I know I'm mean, because it's just it had a better stat distribution, so I just went with it. The Blossom, I mean, it's good. It has can't speak. It has the grass typing without the poison typing, so it's not going to be weak to confusion. Razor Leaf is actually really neat. Takes forever to charge those moves though, so not really ideal. And then we have all of my other Scythers. That's 75,000 Stardust per charge move for an extra one on it. So the 3 of those, or the 4 of those there, that's the 300,000 Stardust right off the bat. Just like dust in the wind. But it's pretty good, so it's not in vain. So I had this one initially that I was using for the Great League. I decided to just go ahead and max it out because I did find a better IV distribution for Great League. It's not the best, I know, but still a little something there. The Kingdras, I have 4 of those. Not a cheap secondary move. 50,000 to 200,000 right off the bat there as well. The Donphens, I think they're 50,000, so, you know, 150,000 for that. I purchased that secondary move on the Eli Kid on the first time recording this, just to make sure I don't mess up again when I do evolve it, because that is going to cost you 75,000 Stardust after you've evolved it, even as an Electabuzz. This is an amazing one here. Oh, what a prize to behold. Very nice. And then we have their Sceptiles and the Blazikins. Wow. What's with me in purchasing all of these secondary moves? I guess all the different leagues. Okay. And I had a better one, so I just went with it. This is the old one I had for the Great League. And this is the Community Day. Gotcha. Man, there's so much dust being wasted in the name of PvP. at the moment. It's insane. All right. The Swamperts, but it's okay because those are only 10,000 Stardust a pop. Then we have the Breilooms there, several Grass Knots, I do believe. The Vigoroth, which I need a better one for PvP for sure. Delcatty, maxed it out. Future, what did we say? You wanted to have one of these. I remember people were like mocking me. Why would you max out a Metachamp? This is before PvP. Because I was trying to explain how we needed to prepare for the future. That's why I named it the future, to get ready for PvP. We're going to have possibly different leagues. It's almost as if Niantic, don't want to sound arrogant, but it's almost as if Niantic was literally watching me and said, hey, that's a good idea. Let's do it. Because, I mean, I'll try to put a card to that video, maybe in the description, but I described it pretty well. I was off by a couple hundred points for each league, but it was pretty much spot on. So went with that, told you guys, get ready, and here we are. Flygon, 75,000. Ouch, ouch. But, I mean, it can be a good Pokemon for sure, right? It has that massive resistance to electric, so not bad. 2 Cradleys, both of those are actually horrible for PvP. Regarding their stat distribution, they have high attack, max attack, actually on both of them, ironically. I made another one for the shiny factor. Tropius, always nice, an expensive one as well. The Metagross is good for sure. As you can see, I have a secondary move on all 3 for each different league. So this is pretty neat. You're getting the perspective of my leagues here and my secondary moves. The Jirachi is staying in the Great League. There's no doubt about it. I don't need to max that out. The wind is picking up out there. Apparently we're going to be getting a snowstorm, which I really hope that actually happens. I enjoy those kind of things, even if I'm not able to drive around. Looking pretty good on all these Pokemon. Pachirisu, weesh. Oh man, it wasn't a bad investment, but it's just so expensive to max it out and then purchase that secondary move is 75,000 Stardust, and to max it out. I mean, now it's lucky, but when am I using it? When am I using it? All right, Honchkrow. What a skunk tank! I have 3 of these. What? No. One was better than the other, I think. So, Pepe Le Pew. Hold on, let's look at these IVs. Oh, wow, that's really good. Wait a minute, I've been using this one? Okay, so what's going on? Oh my gosh. Did I really... Which one's better? Don't tell me I've been using... Wow. I've been using this one for PvP. I have it marked. That means it's the 31 there. Well, there we go. We fixed it. Whoopsie daisies. That would have made a difference in a lot of battles coming down to the wire. Lucario, secondary move on both of those, 75,000. If you do not purchase it as a baby, it's going to be a lot cheaper. Do it. I have this one purchased, ready to go in case it gets some sort of move. I don't think it's going to get a community day. It's probably going to be some sort of egg extravaganza. And, you know, buy as many incubators as you possibly can, because, shiny Riolu's out there. You never know if you're going to get it. I have a ton of those. If I went through my Riolus, I've got like 13 or more. So that's going to be a good one. That's why I have the one in the Great League and then completely maxed out. To get the Lucario in the Great League, you're actually going to have to... you can hatch a horrible one. Or if you don't, then you could trade it. Maybe make the IVs drop to get it in there. Drapion, fairly good. 75,000 Stardust yet again for that secondary move. I love it. I absolutely love it in the Great League and in the Ultra League. This one's not the best IVs around. Look at this. I was a little bit impatient, as you could see, when they first came out. But, you know, it is what it is. So make another one whenever. Toxicroak, fantastic. For both PvE and for the Great League in PvP. So, pretty good. Rhyperior, I think that's going to get a Community Day move. Rock Wrecker, I do believe. So that's going to be something you want to think about in the future. I have several hundreds ready to go. And let's look at them. So this is almost 100. Almost 100. And then You don't want 100 of something that can completely max out nearly almost 4,000 CP. And 100%, no, that's definitely not PvP ready. But I purchased that secondary move. The Togekisses, good investment there. Have one in the Great League, thanks to somebody in Chicago. I did a trade with him and I was able to drop, so fantastic. Yanmegas, good investment. I am a Yanmega enthusiast. And then the Mamoswines, I think that's because I had Ancient Powered. I wanted to keep it. It's not that great. I mean, you can find some usability if you get the boost in Master League, but for the most part, it's not something you really want to go for. Spylus, expensive. 75,000 Hydreigon, obviously. Chandelure too. I don't remember how much this one was. I think it was 50,000. Pretty sure. And one more thing before I let you guys go here, if you're wondering, well, how to do it, you can see at the search at the top here, it is !3move, and it'll pull up all of your Pokemon that you have purchased a secondary move for. Now, before I let you go here, I just want to show you just a couple Pokemon we just kind of skipped over, which are very expensive to purchase that secondary move. That's going to be Steelix. So I did have the Ultra League one. Steelix is a great investment. It's a good Pokemon. It's solid for sure. And it's also going to be maxing out in the Ultra League when it's completely maxed out. I think if it's 100%, it'll still stay under, barely. But anyways, yeah, secondary move on that one. Secondary move on this one, all 75,000. Secondary move on that one. And if we move down, we have the Steelixes, all 75,000. So pretty insane. Getting more gifts. Hey, what's up, buddy? So what I'm trying to prove to you guys and show you is possibly Pokemon that you may want to purchase secondary moves for. A lot of these are going to be Pokemon that I'm using for PvP though. If you're using them for PvE, going up against gyms and raids, you're not necessarily going to need secondary moves on a lot of them, okay, for the most part. Things like Steelix, things like Caesar, things like Skarmory, all of those are 75,000. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right there, 9 that cost 75,000 Stardust. That's insane. That's a lot of dust, guys. Do you see how serious I take this? And then 50,000 for the Kingdras. 1, 2, 3, 4. 50,000 for the Donphins. 3. Like, what? This is a lot of dust. Do we have a Suicune? That's 100,000. Tyranitar. Both of those, 75,000. Then the Lugia, 100,000. It's a lot of dust. It's a lot of dust, folks. Woo! Okay, so there you go. Pretty fun stuff. Do I regret it? I mean, not really. I mean, there's a lot of them that I probably shouldn't have purchased secondary moves for, but hey, it is what it is. Lapras, 75,000. There's 3 right there. No big deal. 3 right off the bat. And then the Mewtwo's. So there's the rundown. Yeah, I hope that helped you on making decisions on which ones you may want to purchase secondary moves for, specifically PvP, or maybe outside of PvP. Blaziken, I mean, the Community Day Pokemon are going to be easy choices to make. 10,000 Stardust, they can help you in a pinch. So say you're using Swampert, going up against the raid. You're about to faint, although if you did have Mud Shot, you would be charging your energy at an extreme rate. Water Gun too. To get to Hydro Cannon is not going to take that much, but if you needed to get off one more move before you're about to faint, Surf, you know, something like that. As far as Blaziken is concerned, that one is not bad as well. Focus Blast, Blaze Kick, none of those are Community Day because I had this before. This is 100 right here. I also had this before. This is a Community Day, obviously, with Blast Burn, and then Focus Blast for a bit of coverage in the Great League, or Ultra League, sorry. This is the Great League. We have Brave Bird and then Blaze Kick. This is another one that I made before the Community Day. Now this is a Community Day one. Blaze Kick, just to get off that, if I'm about to faint, and then, you know, go down Blaze Kicking. Right. I was thinking of a joke. If you were like, why did he kind of pause? I was thinking of a joke. I was about to say it. And bleh. All right. Anyways, so yeah, there you have it. That's my collection. Fun stuff. Thank you for watching. Oh, the Metagross. Wow. Oh, well, there's 3 Metagross. They're 75,000 a piece too. Very expensive. So as you can see, I play no games when it comes down to being serious when it's PvP. When I'm playing no games, but it's literally a game. Alright. Thank you for watching, traders, and make sure you hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. See, Caesar was like, yeah, hit it, hit it, hit it. Subscribe if you're new, turn notifications on, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.